as Minister Designates are scheduled to be vetted today. We are starting with the Deputy Minister Designate for Ministry of Transports in the person of Honorable Dorcas Toffey, Member of Parliament for
Jomoro. And
you are welcome.
You got my last name right this time.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. I can't make that mistake again. I will no longer call you Toffee. Toffee. Yes. You are welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes. So, Clerk of the Committee, may you administer the oath.
I. Chair. Your mic. Okay.
I, Dorcas Toffey.
No, it should be on your right, please.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
That the evidence I shall give before this committee.
That the evidence I shall give before this committee.
Touching the matter in issue.
Touching the matter in issue.
Shall be the truth.
Shall be the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
And nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you very much, Honorable Nominee, Deputy Minister Designate for Transport. We will start by humbly requesting you to tell us briefly about yourself.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First, I want to thank the Almighty God for how far He has brought me and express my thanks to His Excellency, the President of the Republic, for trusting me with this nomination. I also want to say ayiko to the vetting committee for your hard work. My name is Dorcas Toffey, and I come from Bonyere in the Western region, a place fondly known as where the best comes from. I am the youngest of 7 children, and I'm also blessed with 3 wonderful children. I went to Ideal Preparatory School for my basic education, and then to Nkrofo Agriculture for my secondary school. Right after my O-level, I had the opportunity to join my family in the USA. In 2013, I decided to move back home to come and give back to society and help my people. There, I earned a diploma in branding and customer service. I should keep going. Oh, okay. In customer service.
Once you are okay, I'm okay.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you very much.
No, I haven't finished.
You haven't finished? No. Then go ahead. Go ahead.
However, after moving back to Ghana, I pursued my bachelor's in marketing, followed by an MBA generic and also a second master's in energy and sustainability management, all of which were completed here in Ghana. Before politics, I was a very successful entrepreneur and a philanthropist. I had run several businesses in the USA, including working as a real estate broker, developer, and an investor, among other ventures. In 2020, I contested for the Jomro constituency seat and won. In Parliament, I served on lands and natural resources, later rising to become a deputy ranking member. I also served on government assurances, gender and population caucus. In 2024, I sought re-election and my mandate was renewed to continue serving the good people of Jomro. I'm very passionate about women's empowerment and also national development. I am before you today as the Deputy Minister Designate for Transport. And when I'm given the nod, I will support my minister to deliver on His Excellency's President's vision for the Transport Ministry. I thank you.
Thank you very much. In fact, we shall proceed with the subject matter committee members. I would call upon them and they will ask you questions. And then you do us the honor of responding to the question. I will then give the floor to Honorable Kennedy. You have the floor, Kennedy.
Speaker, I just walked in. Anyway, that's okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Mr. Chairman, thank you for the opportunity. Honorable nominee, congratulations. Okay, so Mr. Chairman, I have just 3 quick questions to ask the nominee.
3.
3, just 3. 3 quick one. Mr. Chairman, the first question I want to find out from the nominee, what new do you bring on board to assist your minister?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, what I bring on board is fresh energy and practical ideas to support my minister.
If you say practical ideas, can you share some with members?
Which involve stronger stakeholder engagement and also promoting accessibility for all.
Okay, so I'll move to the second question. How do you plan to promote gender equity in the male-dominated sector like the transport sector?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman, is it not a question of law? Law that gender equity.
Well, the nominee is capable of answering the question.
Your direction.
So yes. Yes, you have the floor. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, when I'm giving the nod, I will support my minister to make sure, since I'm a woman, to make sure that we give women the opportunity in the transport sector to also rise. Because like his question said, this is a male-dominated industry. When you go to the, for instance, the port, you see that there are no women. All the licenses are owned by men. And so I will take it upon myself with the directives of my minister to make sure that we introduce initiatives that would allow women to come into that space as well. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Kennedy Nyako.
The last one I want to ask the honorable member or honorable nominee. My last question. Recently, there have been reports of some excavators that have been held or seized or kept at the port. You are going to the transport ministry to assist your minister. What immediate actions you bring on board to assist to ensure that these held excavators are released to owners?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I'm aware of the excavators that have been seized, but currently, His Excellency the President has formed or instructed that a 3-member committee be put together, which includes the Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Transport, and Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources to look into that matter. So I'm very sure that very soon a comprehensive investigation will be done, and whatever the president decides, it will be released to the public. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Speaker. I'm done.
Thank you very much. I will then give the floor to Honorable Tampoli. I'm told
Thank
you
you
have
very
no
much.
question.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. It's not likely to be the case. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to congratulate the honorable nominee, who is likely going to be a tenant in the office that I was a tenant in before. Looking at page 3 of your CV, I see your referees are Lieutenant General Augustine Blay, former Chief of Defense Staff, and the Papa himself, Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams. So your answers should be more or less with military and spiritual precision. It should be guided. Honorable nominee, road traffic accidents, so rampant. I don't know, it could be, attributable to the design of our roads, rascality on the part of drivers, and so on and so forth, or any other reason. What innovative or groundbreaking ideas do you have for your minister in order to curb the rate of road accidents in this country? Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, road accidents are very concern to the whole nation. Experts says that 80% of these accidents are caused by human factor. And so when I'm giving the nod, I would assist my minister to make sure that we'll put into place measures that would curb that. For instance, by educating the general public, also making sure that we have emergency response system, effective emergency response system. We also need to put up signage, clear signage, and also put in place like cameras that will detect speed limits and all that. But most importantly, making sure that we enforce the existing laws and regulations to make sure we strengthen them so that it will curb the accidents on our road. For instance, I see these bigger trucks. They cause most of the accidents. They destroy our roads and also cause more accidents because if you go to the US, for instance, they have like a weighing station whereby when they move from one place to the another, they will stop, weigh the goods they are carrying, and if it's too much, they will take some. Over here, we don't have it in Ghana, and even if we do, the laws are not being enforced. So like I said, I will support my minister to make sure we implement or we enforce laws that would curb the accident on our roads. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you
Chairman.
very much.
I'll take you to electric buses. Electric buses. Sometime in November last year, Metro Mass received 10 electric buses under the auspices of the Ministry of Transport. The contract at the time was for 100 buses. The need for those buses, have you done any research to know the impacts of those buses in terms of the ticketing price vis-a-vis the vehicles that are using diesel especially, and to advise whether or not we should continue to bring in more of such buses? Do you think they are necessary for us to have more of them in the system? Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The introduction of the electric buses are very important because they are environmentally friendly and cheaper. Like you said, 100 were ordered, I was told, but 10 were received. And out of the 10 currently, is only 4 that are working. The other 6 have electrical issues or charging problems, which my minister has worked on that and resolved it. And so it's a very good initiative. Education has taken place. 13 regions have had that education. And so when I'm giving the nod, I'll support my sector minister to make sure that we visit the rest of the regions and educate the public, because it's cheaper, like I said, and it's also environmentally friendly. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, the minister is sitting too close to the nominee. I think he wants to be guiding her, but she's capable, Minister.
Please.
She is very capable.
Please, you are to ask question. Honorable Tampuli, we have a third day.
Mr. Chairman, my last question. The railway workers have recently, embarked on some kind of sit-down strike. Your ministry portfolio has been enlarging by the addition of the railway sector to the ministry. Now, the railway line from Tema to Mpakadam, is it still operating? And if it is operating, what are the solutions to the strike action that have been embarked upon by the railway sector workers? And if they are not operating, what do you plan to do, especially to help your minister to be able to get them back on stream? I thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Honorable Nominee.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. The railway, the Mpakada railway station or railway place will be operating very soon. I had a little briefing with my minister, and he said very soon it will be in operational. It will be in, it will start being operated. So.
Mr. Chairman, I have no further question.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
And I will then proceed to give the floor to Honorable Ajay.
Thank you, Chairman. Nominee, congratulations.
Thank
Chairman,
you, Mr. Chair.
I've known the nominee to be very diligent. She's one who is affable. I'm saying this because I'm the caucus chairman, and she's one of the women who have always sought for the interest of women and the youth. So, nominee, I've seen that in your CV, you were the deputy ranking for lands and natural resources from 2024 to January. The ministry, with reference to railways, have issues and challenges with land encroachment and many more. Will you avail yourself to the minister of your vast experience in land management to ensure that titling and control of encroachment have been managed properly? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Mr. Chair, those are purely administrative issues, and I'm not at the ministry yet. When I get there, when the committee approved me and I get there, I will assist my minister to make sure we look into those issues and resolve them. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I don't think that I need to bother my wonderful and smart lady from the region, other than to commend her and again to congratulate her on this appointment. So I also want to know from you, this is not a question, but to admonish you. There's so much of youth involvement these days in politics and in governance. Will you avail yourself to the minister, providing him with all it takes to help manage some of the women and lady issues in the ministry? Because, for the Ministry of Transport, we have the Civil Aviation, Maritime Authority, and many more. A lot of young women there, and women empowerment that has to come on board. Please, will you avail yourself to the minister to use that competence of yours in these areas? Thank you.
Honorable James, sir, you say you will not ask questions, you will just admonish here. But you have ended up asking a question. Honorable nominee, you are respond.
Yes, I will. I'll make sure that I avail myself and work with my minister to make sure that we help in that regard. Thank you.
So, Mr. Chairman, I think this is the last comment. On behalf of the regional caucus, I want to congratulate her on this occasion and wish her very well. I know she's going to work with one of the smartest and the competent ministers. I've known him. As a chairman for Roads and Transportation Committee, I've no doubt at all that she will perform. So, thank you so very much. Congratulations once more.
Thank you, Honorable Ajemensa. I will proceed to give the floor to Honorable Elikplim Akurugo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Congratulations, my sister.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yes,
Mr. Chair.
Many say you are not approachable, you are not friendly. When you meet them, even at the lobby, you just pass by them. I want to find out, how are you going to work with people in the ministry, and how is your working relationship going to be with your subordinates in the ministry? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I really don't know. And then, of course, they really don't know me, because anybody that knows me knows that I'm very affable, I'm loving and caring, and it translates in whatever I do, even in my constituency. I mean, they know me to be down-to-earth person, and so I know I'll work very well with the ministry that I'm going to. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, that is all for now. Congratulations, my sister. Wish you all the best.
Thank you. I will proceed to give the floor to Honorable Chiwete. You have the floor.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, if you may permit me, on page 2 of CV, bullet 1, 2, 3, the 4th bullet, she has a member government assurances caucus. I do know assurances is a committee, so if we may correct that, I may stand wrong, but I think it should be a committee, assurances committee, not assurances caucus. We have population caucus, but assurances is a committee. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, my question to the nominee is, Honorable, considering the candidate on our rules, we all here are representative of people from our various constituencies. Will you encourage every MP to be an ambassador for road safety in his or her constituency? Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Nominee.
Yes, I think it's very important. It has to start from us being the members of parliament. We represent the people, and so when we speak, they listen. So we should take it upon ourselves to be the educators, to educate our various constituencies. Thank you.
Any further questions?
Mr. Chairman, I don't have further questions, except to indicate that she hasn't supplied me a checker for a very long time. Thank you.
Honorable Chiwete, you are not supposed to use our platform to request for a check. Alaji Omar, you have the floor.
Thank you, Chairman. Honorable nominee, congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I think I have only one question for you. And it has to do with the ministry that you are going to. What practical strategies will you recommend to tackle the encroachment on transport infrastructure in the country?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Like I said earlier, those are purely administrative issues, and so when I'm giving the nod, I will assist my minister to make sure we put in place or we find solutions to that. Thank you.
I wish you well.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Uma. Yes, I will proceed to give the floor to Honorable Patrick Yabwama.
Mr. Chairman, the nominee, congratulations, Honorable Member. Anyway,
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
reading your CV, you've indicated that you love to travel a lot and that you've provided over 4,000 women and youth with some credit facilities in Jomoro.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
4,000.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And credit facilities, you indicated. But you are not a financial institution, a member of parliament. How did you achieve this?
So it was a program I put together, but I did it through the Jomro Rural Bank. So I was more so like a guarantor. I guaranteed the loan, and so they were paying it through the bank. So it was a loan from the bank, but there was no interest, nothing. And I was able to do that for about 4,000 women in my constituency.
That's very impressive. My last and final question, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Chair, you went through a lot. The Citizenship Amendment Act to the Constitution is the 1990 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana Amendment Act 96. And it details those who qualify to hold certain positions, including members of parliament. Last night, social media was awash with the president nominating a South Korean national to be our ambassador to the Republic of South Korea. I know I've checked, and I realized that the gentleman has handed in his passport to the High Commission. You went through some turmoil with your citizenship, and I'm sure it took a toll on you during your term as a member of parliament. Can you tell us a bit about what you went through, what necessitated that, and your advice to people who may be sitting around the table with dual nationality and other documents that they've not disclosed to Parliament? Mr. Chair, that's my last question, but I want to wish you the very best. God bless you.
Thank you. So, Mr. Chairman, it wasn't easy for 2.5 years. I was back and forth, from court. It wasn't easy at all. It's something I wouldn't wish it on anybody. But since it's been closed, the case is closed in court, I don't think I want to go into detail on that. But what I can say is that it was not easy for me, and I thank God that at the end of it all, I was able to sail through successfully. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Jerry Ahmed Shaib. You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, I want to first of all congratulate the nominee and also wish her well. Chair, I have a few questions. The first one is on the very high clearing cost and port congestion. I think they move or work hand in hand. The fact that the clearing costs at the ports are high, people are unable to clear their goods. And this is a major problem for the Ghanaian people. As you go in as Deputy Minister, do you have any ideas, any plans you intend to share with your minister so that we take care of this high clearing cost and congestion? Congestion to the extent that some containers cannot even be found. We saw the Minister of Energy come to make such a... So can you please come up with some suggestions as to how to, as it were, reduce the high clearing cost and consequently high congestion at the port?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I'm aware of the high cost that Honorable Leader is talking about, but it's a concern to His Excellency the President. He wants businesses to thrive, and so it's something that he's working on it with my sector minister. And so when I'm approved, I will, with his directive, we'll put our heads together and take directives from His Excellency the President and see how best we can resolve the congestion and the high taxation that you're talking about. Thank you.
Any further question?
Yes, follow up on that one. So, with this, it's come to our notice that some vehicles that are of a certain year, maybe 10 years, and so we are in 2025, so a vehicle that is about 2014 or 2012, there are some extra charges or penalties, and that amounts to some high cost. So some of these cars are still kept there. Would you, as a nominee, make a proposal that, or suggest to your minister that, and perhaps to the president, that we should perhaps let these penalties be waived so that people still can clear their vehicles?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I will do that, but it will be at the discretion of my sector minister and His Excellency the President. But definitely, I'll make those suggestions and see how best we can work together on that. Thank you.
So, thank you, Chair. Chair, my second question, I know the nominee to have traveled wide. I'm sure one of the places she may have gone to, which most of the people on the table may have been, is the UK, and the use of train. Therefore, I'm talking about railway. Do you have any other plans? Do you have any plans in getting Ghana enforce the use of railways? First of all, make sure we have railways all over the place, especially from Jomoro to Accra or Tema, especially for goods. You want to cut goods from Jomoro to Accra. Would you suggest to your minister and the president how we can perhaps put this out there and get railway functioning?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, I will do that. I think my suggestion, one of the things that when I'm giving the nod, I will work with my sector minister to look into is to open it up for private investment or investors to come on board to see how we can revamp the sector to make it viable to help us as a country. Thank you.
Would you recommend a railway line from Jomoro to Tema?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I will. Because I mean, it would help. Yes. Yes. Yes, I will.
Mr. Chair, when the nominee was being sworn in, I could feel a very different accent. And in the subject matter and
so
all.
You want to ask a question
and the bank? Yes, I'm asking a question, Chair. I want to be convinced that the nominee is a full-time Ghanaian and therefore can recite the national pledge.
Well, the question is, he wants to ascertain whether you can recite the national pledge. No, the question is, can you or you cannot?
I can, but if you can waive the question for me, I can.
Very well. Your question has been answered.
Mr. Chair, I'll let it pass.
Thank you very much. I will give the floor to Honorable Haji Aladi Ayamba.
Thank you very much. Jerry, stop it. My dear sister, congratulations.
Thank you.
You know, they've been expecting that I'll tell you that congratulations and bye-bye. But I won't do that. You know why? Because, Chairman, let me restate this. They believe that we cannot speak the English language. That is why we go that way. They do not know that we do it on purpose. I've looked at your CV. I've listened to you. And I appreciate you, how far you have come. I know you will do and put up your best. Your responses sends a message. You have simply told me that you are just there because all your responses are that with the minister. You know where you are, you know where you are going to, and you know how you are going to do it. So I only wish you the best. The question I want to ask you is that you mentioned in your response to one of the first persons that asked you about how trucks carrying heavy loads do spoil our roads and what have you. And it's quite bad because I'm on the Roads and Transport Committee and I know that just 1 kilometer of asphalted road is more than $1 million, which is too much. Will you suggest to your minister that you work hand in hand with the Minister for Roads to ensure that trucks do not load more than necessary, and that you will take the trouble to be part and parcel of getting first-hand information, not sitting and being an armchair deputy minister? Will you do that? I want a short answer, no long stories.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, I will do that. Thank you.
Great. You spoke about how you supported 4,000 women. So I don't doubt your support for women. You've also mentioned that the transport sector is a sector where most women are left out. It's not because they can't. You know, we women, wherever we put ourselves, yes, we can, and we will do it, and do it better than the men. I know your minister very well. Will you support him to ensure that there are more women, especially driving our public buses, which would be in your domain? I've seen a few, but I want more. And will you ensure and support him that for every sector where there is transportation or transportation works, any organization, that you would have the 30% women being recruited if the opportunity arises? So it's 2 in 1. One is a yes, and then the other one, you can say whatever you want to say.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, the first answer to the first question is yes. And the other one is I will definitely do that, to work hand in hand with my minister when I'm giving the nod, to make sure that every area that we can push to bring women there, I will do so. Like I said earlier in my introduction, I said I'm very passionate about women empowerment. So that is an area that I'm known for. Even in my constituency, when it comes to area of women and children and people with disability, I do not play with that. And so I will work hand in hand with my minister to make sure that we give the space to the women, and not just at the bottom, but at the decision level. Thank you.
Chairman, she is an MP worth it. She has gone through